As you can tell, guys, I am absolutely pumped after that. Tottenham have beaten Eintracht Frankfurt away from home 1-0 and are in the semi-finals of the Europa League. Spectacular night for Spurs, a glory night for Tottenham Hotspur. And when was the last time we saw one of those? Nothing as important as this since Ajax away, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely brilliant. This is the fan show. Let's go over to Malta with Melvin. First of all, Melvin, thank you for waiting for me as I have a coronary over here. How did you find it watching, and how good was that performance from Tottenham tonight?
Yeah, I'm really happy. It was, to be honest, I'm still in shock. Like, I can't believe we actually made it through, because I convinced myself today that I was getting ready for a defeat. But, I mean, the performance was great. The defending was good. I'm speechless, because the possibility of a semi-final and the final is you go from one extreme low to the other, and it's quite strange. And hearing you speak, honestly, brought me so many happy memories from our last, European run. So yeah. I've similar energy going through me at the moment. I have a couple of scars from away legs. I went to the Camp Nou when Lucas scored. So it brings me right back to that moment. Even though it's been a terrible season, all of a sudden now we're in a European Cup run and we have a decent team. And today was a few great performances. I thought Romero was excellent. I was most happy today, to be honest, with Lucas Bergvall in the middle, because I thought he mopped up everything. And I can see him improving from game to game, and it just seems he looks 26 years old at the moment, and he's only 18. And, we were missing Heung-min Son today, but Tell filled in and did the job. Solanke was great.
It was Tell's best performance by far, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think he has quite a good partnership with Udogie. I think they work quite well. And the opposite side, I think they work quite poorly. Pedro Porro and
Pedro Porro was okay, but Johnson. I didn't think Johnson helped him at all. But anyway, look, no negatives from me tonight. It's all good.
Yeah, I thought it was great. The substitutions were good. My dad was complaining for Richarlison to come on, but I think Solanke worked so hard. And even though I felt with Solanke and Johnson, sometimes they could have made a run, but I don't think sometimes they believed the ball would have arrived. And when the ball arrived, they were caught behind the defender and their defense mopped up. I thought, we kept them quiet for most of the game. We had, we got a bit of luck with the penalty, even though we deserved it. In football, you need a bit of luck. But I think over the two legs, we deserved to go through. I think we were the better side overall, but Frankfurt really made us work for it. And in the end, we do deserve to go through.
Can I just ask here, Katrina in the comments says Barnaby looks disappointed that we won. Do you know what disappointed looks like? Jesus Christ. This is as good as it gets with me. I promise you, this is not disappointed. This is me having an absolute coronary. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Meanwhile, also, Man United have just gone 3-2 down at home against Lyon, who are down to 10 men. Wow.
Yeah. Listen, you have to be in a position. We're there. We have our name in the semi-final. And that alone makes me so excited. Now I can't wait for the next game. I absolutely cannot wait for the next game. Honestly, I might look at flights, Barnaby, because
Bilbao, mate.
Yeah, I'll one game at a time. Honestly, I'll start looking at the semi-final because I think the stadium will be rocking now. The fans will be more united.
It'll be rocking. I think it'll be rocking for the Forest game as well, don't you?
Yeah, I think we needed that. We needed an uplift. And Kulusevski, by the way, I forgot about him. Dejan Kulusevski. I thought he looked great when he came in. Honestly,
he worked hard. He looked a little not match fit, I'd say, but he worked really hard.
Yes. Sure. But you can see the elements of Kulusevski, what we've been missing. And I thought, okay, here we go. And a couple of matches he plays in the Premier League, we'll play him, give him minutes, give the other players a rest. I think I'm happy. I'm happy with the team. We need to win a few Premier League games. We need to have maybe a good result against one of the big teams for confidence. And we'll see. Listen, in football, how many teams, rivals of ours had horrible seasons but still won trophies?
Yeah, Chelsea all
how
the
many
time.
how many teams? All the time, and it fucking annoys me because they have terrible seasons. Terrible. And us, Spurs, we have good season and still win nothing. So this could be our year. This could be our year.
We've still got a chance. We've still got a chance.
We'll take it a game at a time.
Let me ask you, Melvin, one more question. Sorry. Where are you at with Mickey van der Ven and playing in the Premier League? I'm like, no. I'm like, just keep him on the bench.
I think all professional players, they want to play. I think the more they play together, the better they'll get.
He's so good. He can be, I'm telling you, long term, he can be our Van Dijk. If we can get things fucking sorted and keep him fit, he can be our Van Dijk. He's that good.
He is a cheat code in a way, because it's like playing, I don't know if you play FIFA, but having like a 99 pace player against all of, it's insane. He's insane. He's strong. He doesn't have a significant weakness, Van de Ven. He's a young player and he's ambitious and I'm happy we have him at the club at the moment. I thought Romero as well was excellent, even though that yellow card in the end was not needed. I thought Bentancur as well was great.
Yeah, me too.
Overall, I don't think there was a significant weakness in the team, other than, we kept losing the ball every 5-6 seconds. We kept giving it to them. I don't know if that was the tactic employed or if I don't know what was the game plan, but it worked in the end. Madison unlucky to come off injured, but he won us the penalty in the end. So credit to him and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Melvin, I've got some more people to talk to. Thanks for being a part of the show, and let's talk again after what I'm sure will be another big win against Forest on Monday. Come on.
All the best, man. See you.
Top man. Okay, next up, we are going to go to Ireland and Null. Null, how good is it to feel good again?
Bloody wonderful, Barnaby. It is fantastic. Your reaction afterwards, I'm delighted. You really give us socks, and your aftermatch reaction. I thought it was a fantastic performance, and I actually did think last week that they could do it. Because we were still in the tie at 1-1. And it was a very, very good performance. The players were magnificent, actually. I think your ratings were spot on. Like everybody put a shift in. Some obviously more than others, but the back four were very good. But Cario, when he was needed, stood up. I was a bit worried. Sometimes he was kicking the ball over the sideline. But the back four, like Porro, was very good. Romero was fantastic. A bit disappointed what he did at the end. He doesn't need to do that. He's a fantastic footballer. He doesn't need to come out and side people down and put us under pressure. But I agree with you, Mickey van der Ven. What a player! What a player!
God.
There was once in the first half where they were clean through, and he just got that big leg again wrapped around it, and the speed, his contribution to the game. But I was very, very impressed with Udogie at left back.
Yes,
I thought he was excellent. He intercepted a lot of balls. He set up a lot of stuff on the left hand side, and I thought that he dovetailed very well with Tell. I was impressed with the two of them together. Now I know that Tell didn't finish out the game, but I thought there was signs there, that there is a player there. Bergvall again is impressing me more and more, just purely for his work rate and his willingness on the ball. Bentancur again, very good. Madison. Excellent first half, I thought. And he did win the penalty. He was very, very brave there.
Incredibly brave.
Incredibly brave. I mean, Solanke. I mean, what a performance he put in. If we could only make a few more chances for him, you're absolutely right. And he took the penalty well. I think Johnson actually played well as well. He actually was back in his own penalty area, and himself and Porro linked up very well. So I thought the overall performance was brilliant. And I like yourself, when Ange was looking for subs, and he took off. Who did he take off at the start? He took off Tell, was it?
Well, Madison went off first, and then Tell came off before. Tell came off, didn't he? Before Johnson did, yeah.
And was that Sarr came on? To put
Sarr came on.
Yeah, a bit more, strength in the middle. But, I was surprised when I saw the board coming up and Johnson coming off for Danso. But that actually proved to be a wise decision as well, because Danso, he did win plenty of ball. And, the conditions were terrible and it was backs to the wall stuff. But
no, can I tell you something that I think, I don't know if this is something Ange hasn't understood or whatever, but I feel like Ange will be appreciated for making that Kevin Danso signing. Kevin Danso substitution far more than he will be for any of his kind of attacking play, because it shows that he's got a plan B, something different, and is willing to, is willing to change it up.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper was kicking the ball long because needs must. I mean, there was no point in Vicario rolling the ball out to somebody and them strolling about, and trying to pick somebody out in midfield. If that was the game that was being played tonight, we'd have been picked off. We would have been absolutely overrun. So, we had to go long, and we had a great outlet in Solanke. And, I know the conditions were probably very, very tiring. The players obviously tired a lot towards the end. But there was actually some very good chances in the second half as well.
Yeah.
There was a couple of headers and, a couple of chances. There was one just taken off Johnson's toe. And I think Kulusevski coming on really, as you said, he wasn't really match fit. But, his experience was there. He got the ball into the corner. He held it up. He looked for players to give him support. So there was so much encouraging signs there. And I, for one, Barnaby, like yourself, I'm absolutely delighted. And I think it's one of the best nights that we've had. And as you said, Arsenal, or that lot as you call them, winning last night. And if we had it without tonight, it would just have been unbearable. And
it would have been absolutely unbearable. And actually, as we wait, Leon with the penalty to make it 4-2, and they do. Oh my God, Man United 4-2 down at home. I know I'm on a bit of a delay, so probably you might have known before. But anyway, Noel, listen, thanks so much for being part of the show. Really appreciate it.
Fantastic, Barnaby. And a great night. And come on, you Spurs.
Top man. Just before I go on to the next guest, I just want to bring up one thing that I forgot to say in my match review. What I loved about Tottenham tonight is that we played tonight like all of the teams who have played against us this season and beaten us, where we went 1-0 up, and then we were just like, we're going to make this scrappy, we're going to make this bitty, we're going to get in your face, we're going to make it hard. And we showed for the first time tonight, under Ange Postecoglou, in my opinion, certainly the first time since the first 10 games of last season, that we are able to stand up for ourselves, that we are able to, go backs to the wall and to make it a difficult game and make it ugly and break the rhythm for the opposition. Because there is something that Ange does, which is like this need for his players to always do everything really quickly and always, take your free kicks quickly and your throws quickly. And it actually is easy for the opposition to break our rhythm. And tonight we did it to them. And you could tell in the crowd, they were getting so frustrated, just like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has got frustrated so many times this season. And it showed that we can do it another way. And I was so glad to see it. Okay, next up, we're going to Harry in India. Harry, thanks for being patient. How are you feeling after that win? Oh, you're on mute, Harry. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, Harry. How are you feeling after that 1-0 victory in Spurs in the semis?
Yeah, I'm so happy. The boys showed like the boys were excellent. I'll give 10 on 10 for everyone because they showed the capacity of each individual. And Mickey Van der Ven is a treasure for this club.
So good. He's so important. Would you like me say to Big Ange Postecoglou, do not play Van der Ven except for the Europa League this season?
Yes. Because he is very important for the semi-finals, and for Christian Romero, he stepped up when he needs to. And 10 on 10 captain performance as well.
Absolutely outstanding. Now, with all the teams left back in the tournament, do you think Tottenham can make it to the final? Can we win this trophy?
Yeah, I'm in it, mate. If boys show the passion, we can win it. We are the favorites as of now.
Well, even over Athletic Bilbao, who will play the final if they make it in their own stadium?
It doesn't matter. We came to Eintracht and we cracked them.
Harry, that's absolutely right. Unfortunately, Harry, I've got so many people to talk to today, so thanks so much for being part of the show, but let's talk after the Forest game next Monday. Top man.
Bye.
Okay, next up, who are we going to go to? Let's have a look at my list. I am going to go to Justin in South Africa.
Come on,
Justin,
you Spurs. Get in, son.
get in there, Justin. Tell me, from where you were watching, how difficult a watch was that for you, and how proud are you of that team tonight?
Brother, all I'm saying is I still can't believe the results. That's the first thing. After everything that's happened, and we did that at away. Imagine being at that away section with those Spurs fans. In total shock still. Everything I've said about Ange, I don't even know what to say, to be quite honest. That was a totally different team from the whole team that we've seen this entire season. I'm still in shock. Van der Ven, Bentancur, they all pitched up today. I'm still in shock, but to be quite honest with you.
How do you think Ange will come out in his post-match press conferences? You know, what kind of angle will he go? Will he go for the kind of, I told you? And does he have the collateral now to kind of back that up?
He does, but I'm sorry to say I'm still Levy out, being honest. But I'm still in two minds with Ange because once again, I'm sorry, that's the type of person I am. It's all down to Levy, and if you give Ange the tools that he requires and the players that he was wanting, I reckon he'll do very well.
Who really impressed you tonight? Who do you think was the vital cog to us winning that game? Meanwhile, Man United have got a third against Lyon. It's 3-4 to Lyon now in that quarterfinal. Amazing game.
Yeah, my player of the match is definitely Kulu. I know Maddie's sacrificed himself, but I was actually happy with Kulu coming on. I know he's a bit rusty, but you can just see the class through him. And funny enough, Johnson also played very well. Okay. He seemed quite stronger than before. The whole team just seemed like another team today. It was just crazy.
Ange Postecoglou has said after the game, a club like this hasn't been in many semi-finals, so the opportunity we have tonight, we want to take. Oh, that looks like that was before the game, to be honest, actually. I don't know if that was before or after, but just do you think Ange Postecoglou, I mean, I've said it, I shouted it, like, I was wrong, Ange. I didn't realize we had this in us. And it wasn't just about the fact that we got the result. It was how we got the result that proved to me that Ange does have a second side to him. And honestly, like, on the inside, I didn't want to shout about it outside in case it jinxed it. But when he brought on Kevin Danso for that last 10 minutes, I was like, yes, because that is exactly what the opposition would do to us if they were in the same situation. And I love to see that.
100%. He normally would bring on another attacker, but we closed up shop. And I heard you saying earlier, the crowd was getting so upset. And that's what's been happening to us this whole season. I just, like you said as well, with regards to Van der Ven, wrap him up, don't play him. We don't leave him for the semi. And also in that note, come on, PSG.
Yeah, all of that. And also, I would make Mickey van der Ven future Tottenham captain for the next 10 years as well. Listen, Justin, thanks for being part of the show, mate. Let's talk again after another victory. Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks. Come on, you Spurs. Thanks, guy.
Top man. Okay, over to Ireland now, and another regular Paul. Paul, so great to hear from you, mate. You've got the blue shirt on like me as well, different era. But how are you feeling after that win?
It's great to be after a Spurs game. They haven't ruined your day. It's been a long time since that happened. But look, from front all the way to back, it was a defensive masterclass from everybody. Everybody put it in. I thought Bentancur and Bergvall were just out of this world. Ran the show. It was incredible. And as you said, not harping on about it, but seeing Ange bring on Danso, I think at that point, what was it? 6-7 minutes, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think it was more like 9, certainly with the added time.
I think it was game over. To me, there was never maybe one or two clear opportunities in the second half, but that was it. They didn't really threaten. I thought we looked very, very comfortable.
I thought tonight was the first lucky game we've had basically all season. Like Goetze going off early. When Goetze went off, I thought to myself, this is interesting because this is what usually happens to us. And then they missed some half chances, which have basically all season been flying into the top corner. And I was like, deep down, I wonder if this could be our night. But I couldn't say it on the watch along because I didn't want to jinx it.
Yeah, just watching a game, especially the second half, and we're just in my head, just go 5-minute blocks. Let's just manage the next 5 minutes. Let's manage the next 5 minutes. And it went on and on and on. And before we knew it, it was 80 minutes. And I said, right, we're nearly there. This could actually happen. But the way we were playing, I was extremely confident it was going to happen. It was absolutely fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but Bodo Glimt have scored. It's
no. Holy, I'm actually watching the Man United one just for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, there's only 3 minutes left in this in extra time.
Listen, let me ask you, where would you rather go, Bodo Glimt or Lazio?
Barnaby, I'll be brutally honest with you. I don't particularly care.
I don't care either.
We go man for man honestly, if we go man for man in the teams that are left, we are better than all of them. On our day, we are better than all of them. And I agree with the home game first. We know we can at home stick 3 or 4 past any team when we're on a game. And we do that in the first leg of the semi-final, it will be tie over. And that's what we need to do.
But we also now know that we can go to one of the best or better teams in the competition and win away from home as well. So
Absolutely.
that's really amazing. The one thing I have to say, I mean, listen, this is best case scenario, but I'm not desperate if we did get to Bilbao to play Bilbao in Bilbao, but still, like I said, best case scenario. And I have to say this, one thing I can say for sure is there's no Liverpool left in the draw like there was in the Champions League final. Do you know what I mean? There's no one that I think is going to could potentially rip us apart. Not that Liverpool did in that game.
As I said, I think man for man, we are probably the best team left in it. And on our day, which we've shown tonight, we will beat anybody and we can beat them well.
Oh my God. I just want it so badly. I want it so badly, Paul.
Yeah, that's the quarter-final stage. The final seems so far away. To get that semi-final, you're only 2 games. It's 1 tie. We're nearly there.
I don't even know when the semi-finals are. I've been too scared to look. When are they?
Oh
my God, United have scored.
No way.
Oh my God, 4-4. Oh my God. With just in the last minute of the game. Holy, what a finish as well. I'll tell you what, it's still potentially on for the United Spurs final. Who is it? I don't even know who that player is. Is it their new kid Heaven, maybe? Jesus Christ, which penalties do I need to watch? Anyway, more importantly, it doesn't matter about that. This is all about Spurs. No, tell me, who was your man of the match today?
Bentancur. I thought he was just everywhere. He was absolutely everywhere. Don't think he misplaced a pass. I thought he was incredible. Absolutely incredible. They were all brilliant, but he just stood out for me. I just think he ran the show.
It was Kobe Mainu with the goal. Absolutely brilliant finish. I just want to talk about Bentancur a bit more. Do you think with Bentancur, it's one of those things where he needs like the best players around him to kind of perform at his best as well? Because he just does the hard work and then gives it off.
Yeah. He's I think when he's on his game, he's an absolute Rolls Royce. He just makes the game so simple. And we put the ball through him. And everything seems to work. Everything seems to work. And I think his best midfield partner, is Bergvall.
Oh, for sure.
I think 2 of them together, absolutely incredible. And it's amazing for to be saying that about an 18-year-old. Like, we're not talking about a seasoned professional, an 18-year-old. That's how good he is.
I think,
incredible.
Honestly,
we're so lucky.
I think Spurs, that's the thing, is like, I know it's easy to say when you're winning, but it is harder to see when you're not winning. But it's like, if you look at some of the players we've got down the spine of this team, then when they're all playing together, they are a force to be reckoned with. It's just we don't get to see them playing together nearly enough.
True. One other thing, as I was thinking, watching the game, he's a very good player, and there's no doubting it. Can we afford this fella Etiteki or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Listen. You do very well in the Spurs shirt.
This is something I'm almost unwilling to talk about, but the reality is the short to mid-term future of Tottenham Hotspur would be changed so massively by winning this trophy. Not just because of the silverware, but back in the Champions League and how much they could then spend. But I'm basically unwilling to think about that. It's almost like, as a Spurs fan, I don't feel like I deserve it. So Lazio Bodo Glimt has gone to penalties. Let's see what happens there. I mean, I have to say, just United have scored a winner.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Harry Maguire.
5 minutes injury times.
Oh my God, Harry Maguire. So it's going to be a Bilbao United semi. The all English final is still on in Bilbao. Unbelievable. I just wanted to say one more thing. No, I've forgotten what it was. I can't remember what it was. Listen, Paul, sorry, I'm too pumped. Listen, thanks a lot for being part of the show. Let's talk again after Forest. Top man.
Anytime. Thanks, Barnaby.
Bye-bye. Oh, sorry, I cut Paul off a bit quickly there. Apologies, but I'm going over to Richard. Richard, thank you for being so patient. Tell me, how did you react to that result tonight?
Barnaby, what drama. I mean,
So
what
much
can I
drama.
say? I can't believe that we're through to the semi-finals. I mean, I've got a friend who believed that we could go all the way, and he's proved me wrong so far. I mean, a semi-final. I mean, I've got to give credit to all the boys. I thought they all were very consistent. They fought very hard, and they thoroughly deserved it. Yes, we had a bit of luck from time to time. They didn't have their shooting boots because, as you've seen yourself, Barnaby, I mean, they're pretty clinical in front of goal. And I braced myself tonight for the worst. I really did, especially after the Wolves game where we were just pathetic, showed no heart or desire. But these guys, they turned up tonight, and they knew that it's all or nothing. And
let me ask you this: how do you feel now about how bad Spurs have been and clearly have dropped off in the Premier League 20-25%? How do you feel about those games now we're through to this semi-final? Does it kind of make us forget about it?
No, not for me. I mean, it's one step at a time, isn't it? We're in a semi-final. We were in a semi-final in the League Cup until we got knocked out by Liverpool. So it's a night to celebrate because for me, Frankfurt were one of the favourites. The way they've been playing, and they've got pedigree in this competition, having won it recently. But you've got to give credit to the boys as well as the manager. And I've been a staunch critic of Mr.
Recently.
But I won't flip and flop. I still feel that long term he's not the man, but I'm not going to overly criticize him tonight. He got it right with his decisions, as you said as well, and he deserves all the credit for getting us through to this semi-final.
But isn't that almost literally the first time he's showed that he's willing to make those decisions?
Absolutely, because it goes against what you normally see with Postecoglou. I mean, bringing on the defender, close to the end, and this Ange ball that we saw, in the first 10 games of his tenure, that hasn't been consistent since, but it's one hell of a result. How did he pull that out of the hat? And what he says about winning in his second season, it's still possible, isn't it? We can only dream.
It's still possible. And I really thought Christian Romero played like the Argentina Christian Romero tonight. Everything on the line.
Very much so. Very much so. And I've got to give him credit, Ange, for sticking with the left back, Udogie. I thought he had a great game. I thought Tell had probably his best game for us. He had a great chance, didn't he? Inside the box, though he didn't score from. But we deserved it. We deserved that little bit of luck. And let's see what we can do against Lazio. Is it going to penalties?
It's going to penalties. I'm just watching the very end of United's game. They're into the very last seconds now, but United look like they've done enough. Listen, anyway, Rich, I've got a couple of more people to speak to, so I'm going to let you go. But thanks for being a part of the show. Really appreciate it, mate.
Okay, take care.
Take care. Bye. Next up to our regular Steve. Steve, thanks for being so patient. Honestly, what a lovely thing it is to be able to talk to you after a good result.
Yeah, I know we've had a few bad ones to talk about, and I was a bit concerned before the game. But as I said to you last week, you asked me what I thought, and I said I think we will just get through. And
you did.
We did. Yeah, it was an amazing performance, as everyone has alluded to. It was a team performance. It was everyone was really giving their all. And it's been mentioned, as I say, no negatives today, as you said as well. It's one or two things, but overall, fantastic. Yeah, I kept thinking even after when it was only 5 minutes to go. I mean, we've just seen what's happened at United. Yeah. Anything can happen, and we've had such a terrible season, giving things away. But amazing, we hung on, and absolutely amazed, and absolutely looking forward to the semi-final. Trying to organise a ticket and yet another flight. My wife says, "I know you're going. I know you're going."
How do you feel Ange will react to what I think will be inevitable questions asked at him as to why Spurs are so very rarely? I can only really think about today and that Brentford away game, really, where we're kind of playing in that manner. How do you think he'll react when asked about that?
I really don't know. He's taken so much stick, and he's we say up north that he's been biting a bit. I really don't know how he's going to react to that. I'll be interested. He'll probably play it all down and say, you know, there's still a long way to go. That's that game over with. And but like you pointed out as well, and I was surprised, along with millions, well, not millions, hundreds of thousands of Spurs fans around the world, when he brought on Danso. I was thinking, this is not Postecoglou. What's he bringing?
But deep down, you loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, towards the end, and tightened everything up. It's still got a bit hairy at the end there. It was different things going on, but you know, and they got corners, and we were just hoofing it upfield in the end, which was a bit disconcerting.
But like I said, I just feel like how many times do we see other teams do that against us, and yet when we have the ball because they've hoofed it up to us, I never feel like we're going to score. And actually, like I said, I think if you're a neutral watching tonight, I'm not sure you'd have felt Frankfurt were ever going to score.
No, probably not. Yeah, I had a friend of mine text me. He's actually as a fan of another London team, but not those down the road. But and he said, "Oh, you've got this, mate. They don't look like scoring." That was about 30 minutes before the end of the game. Yeah. And I sort of texted back. Obviously, there's a long way to go with Spurs. And as it happened, though, we hung on. Yeah, fantastic result. You know, nerves are shot.
Bodo Glimt about to take the first penalty against Lazio. Here we go, stepping up. Saved. Terrible penalty from Bodo Glimt's player. I don't know. Like, really. I'm not that bothered. I actually feel like it would be more Tottenham in terms of the script and people laughing at us if we went out to Bodo Glimt in the semi-finals than Lazio. So I'm not that fussed. But anyway, a lot of time in penalty shootouts, if you miss early, you don't always go on to win. Who was your man of the match today, mate?
That's a difficult one. I concur with I think one of the Irish chaps, probably Bentancur. If not Van der Ven, Mickey Van der Ven didn't put a foot wrong hardly.
What a player.
Yeah, very impressed. Good penalty from Solanke. I did mention the other day that he's not scoring, but he doesn't get the service.
Yeah.
But he took it well. Huge pressure. I just thought we did so well in that stadium. I'm really happy for all the fans who went and. Obviously, Chris Cowlin.
Yeah.
That he went all that way and didn't get disappointed.
I'm pleased too.
A very cold, rainy night. Against all the odds, as you said, almost as good as the Champions League semi-final in Holland.
Well, hopefully this time Daniel Levy can learn from it, and if we do get through the semi-final, don't buy them watches, engraved with Champions League finalists on. This is about winning it. This is about growing us as a club. Listen, Steve, thanks so much for being part of the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Barnaby. Glad to see you smiling again.
Yes, loving it. Cheers, Steve. Okay, so we're just running out of time, so I'm going to go to Gary. Gary, I love that in your 1970s Glenn Hoddle Spurs shirt. What did you make of tonight's win? By the way, Lazio have gone 1-up in the penalty shootout. It's now 1-1. Bodo Glimt have scored their second.
Okay. I was just watching the United game. I couldn't believe United just did that. But anyway, I am pleasantly surprised. For the first time, we just played ugly and we just grabbed the team defensively was just good. And then as the other viewers said, when he brought on Danso, I was just like, okay, we've not done this before. The players aren't used to it. I'm not used to it. So let's just see how it goes. But yeah, my goodness. Yeah. I'll sit here and say, I was wrong. I didn't think we'd go through. But
I didn't either. Listen, I'm happy to throw my hands up. I didn't think we would go through because I didn't think Ange was capable of allowing us to play that way. Do you think that's something that the players decided? Lazio have just missed a pen, by the way. I did say that sometimes if you miss the first pen in a shootout, it can come back your way, and it's still 1-1. But anyway, do you think Ange will have set them up to play like that if you go 1-0 ahead, or do you think they took it upon themselves?
You never know. Probably a bit of both. Probably more so, yeah. We definitely. I was really worried when the team came out and we didn't have Jed Spence.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no, what's going on here? But no, I think it was 50. Probably 75-25 in terms of Ange. This is what we're going to do, and the players like, okay, we can do this. Yeah.
I've got to say, I just laughed there because I've just seen a quote from Ange after the game, and he said this. Unfortunately, for a lot of you, you're going to have to put up with me for a little longer. Good lad. Good that he can still take a piss out of himself.
That is the perfect comment for him.
Really perfect. Bodo Glimt have scored their third penalty, so they're now 2-1 up. Also, that idiot Guendouzi, the ex-Arsenal player, is refusing to look at any of the penalties, so he's now front and centre every single time a penalty is taken on the halfway line. I hope that comes back to bite him as Lazio come to step up for their next one. Who was your man of the match? Who really impressed you today, Gary?
Bentancur. He was. I've been a lover of him. That the season that he got before he got injured, when we had Conte, he was our best player by far, and then he dropped off after the injuries. And he's never been the same. But he was. I liked him today. He was just like just what we just.
Sorry to interrupt, mate, but Lazio have just stuck their third penalty wide. Bodo Glimt 2-1 up with a chance to make it 3-1 with the next penalty. Huge.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know who I care more to play in the next round, Lazio or I don't know.
I'm telling you the story. Unfortunately, the script. Do you remember in the Champions League run, everyone was like, "Oh, we beat Man City in the quarters. We've only got Ajax in the semis, and they were brilliant." And actually, I watched Bodo Glimt in the first leg against Lazio. They're a really good side. But anyway, it's too early to say. Carry on talking about Bentancur. Sorry to interrupt.
No. Bentancur was for me player of the match. I just liked him. He just increased our solidity. It was good. It was good. He just was where he needed to be.
Bodo Glimt now 3-1 up on pens, so Lazio need to score their last one and hope Glimt miss it, or if they miss now, Lazio are out, and it would be a Tottenham Bodo Glimt of Norway semi-final. Bodo Glimt, by the way, a proper team. So not big names, but proper, like old-fashioned, back to the days almost when Sven-Göran Eriksson was manager of IFK Gothenburg and won them the Europa League, what was back then the UEFA Cup. A proper team, no big names really, other than I think Kjær, who used to play. Oh, it's Guendouzi stepping up for the fifth pen for Lazio. I would love it if he missed this one. I would absolutely love it. Let's stay on with this. I know I'm probably a little bit delayed, but let's stay on with it. Yeah, look, I just do feel like the script maybe for opposition fans who want to laugh at us would be there if we want to lose. But do I think we could beat Bodo Glimt? Yes, I do. But anyway, let's see what happens. Guendouzi stepping up. If he misses this, then it's Spurs Bodo Glimt. Here he comes. He scores top corner, to be fair to him. So the pressure now all on the last Bodo Glimt penalty taker. How do you feel, Gary, just going into now the Premier League games? Do you agree with me? Don't play Mickey van der Ven. Don't play any of them. I don't know. How do you feel? Maybe I'm overdoing it, but do you know what I mean?
No, I think you do need to play them, but play them partially. I just feel,
Which, to be fair, is kind of what he's been doing.
Yeah, I don't. We just ask him for trouble if you don't play them, and then you expect him to perform when you do play him. Just need to be in a rhythm.
It is the captain, Berg, of Bodo Glimt stepping up. This to put Lazio out and make it a Tottenham Bodo Glimt semi. He's blazed it over. Oh my God, the pressure. The pressure absolutely hit him. Oh my God. It's hard to imagine them coming back from here. Oh, my God.
It sounds like you prefer Bodo to face us against, or rather than Lazio.
I mean, I think really you go with the odds, don't you? So you'd say that, but I'm not totally gutted either way, but is there a chance, I think, could we take Bodo Glimt apart at home in the first leg? Possibly.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
But anyway, look, the most important thing, Gary, isn't it, is that we got it through. We got through. Let's keep Mickey van der Ven in the cotton wool. Let's just enjoy the rest of the season. That's all that we've still got a season to enjoy, haven't we, Gary?
We do. But like we've got Forest next.
No negatives, Gary. No negatives.
Okay. We've got Forest next. Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Oh, Lazio missed the next one. Bodo Glimt have won. It's Spurs Bodo Glimt in the semi-final. Who would have thought that? The keeper saved it. One of the worst penalties I've ever seen. Tottenham are going to Norway. Erik Torsvedt, Stefan Iversen, come and support your men. Trying to think of some other Norwegian Spurs fans. Oyvind Leonardsen. What a moment. Guendouzi on his haunches crying. Gary, I'm glad you were part of this. I've got to let you go, I'm afraid. But come on, you Spurs. Thanks for being a part of the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Guys, what a night. Tottenham are through to the semi-finals of the Europa League where they will play the minnows, Bodo Glimt. That is not to say that is me thinking it'll be easy. It will not be easy. They've turned over Lazio and they should have beaten them about 4 or 5 in the first leg. They're like a little Bournemouth at their home ground. They're really decent there. They're a proper team. But the odds will be with Tottenham. And if they play their best, like they did tonight against Frankfurt, the chances of going to Bilbao are real. They are real. Guys, if you would like to appear on a future fan show, please email tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com. As ever, it's so important that this channel gives everyone a voice, particularly those from around the world. So wherever you're from, get in touch.